What happens when a decade-long friendship between two of Hollywood's most admired women suddenly falls apart? For years, Taylor Swift and Blake Lively seemed inseparable, sharing milestones, music, and even family moments. But now, reports claim the pair aren't even speaking. How did a bond that looked unshakable reach this breaking point? How it all began 2015. Their story didn't start with a red carpet or an industry party, it began online. In 2015, Blake Lively posted a cheeky photo from a LOL campaign, joking about Taylor's now iconic Bad Blood video. Fans instantly thought she was throwing shade, but Blake quickly shut that down, making it clear it was all in good fun. That playful moment led to something bigger. Later that year, during Taylor's 1989 tour in Australia, the two finally met in person. Instead of a stiff celebrity meet and greet, they spent the day at a theme park laughing, taking rides, even posing with kangaroos. It wasn't Hollywood glamour, it was genuine connection. And from that day forward, the foundation of a new friendship was set. Fast Friends Public Moments 2016-2019. It didn't take long before Taylor and Blake's friendship went public in the best way possible. In July 2016, Blake and her husband Ryan Reynolds showed up at Taylor's legendary 4th of July bash. The photos from that weekend quickly went viral. Blake and Ryan smiling next to Taylor and her then-boyfriend Tom Hiddleston, all caught in those fireworks-lit moments that fans still talk about. By the end of that year, Blake was openly celebrating Taylor online. She posted a sweet birthday tribute, calling Taylor one of the people she not only loved but genuinely liked, a rare distinction that made the message feel personal and real. Then came one of the most surprising and heartfelt crossovers between their worlds. In 2017, when Taylor released her Reputation album, the track Gorgeous opened with a voice cameo from none other than Blake and Ryan's daughter, Kames. Fans were stunned. It wasn't just friendship anymore. Taylor was weaving their family into her art. Blake later admitted that she and Ryan were like overexcited stage parents at Taylor's concert when Gorgeous played, and you can see why. And the bond kept showing up in real life too. From reigning in New Year's Eve 2019 together at Taylor's costume party, Blake dressed as Dorothy from The Wizard of Oz while Taylor went full Little Mermaid, celebrating Taylor's 30th birthday later that same year. These weren't surface-level hangouts. These were real milestones. By this point, it was clear this wasn't just a Hollywood friendship for show. Taylor and Blake were becoming family. Creative collaborations 2021. By 2021, their friendship had evolved into something even more powerful: collaboration. That November, Taylor dropped the news that Blake would be directing her music video for I Bet You Think About Me, a vault track from Red. Taylor's version. For fans, it was a dream crossover, a pop superstar trusting her best friend to bring one of her songs to life on screen. The video itself was packed with playful chaos or gowns, cake smashing, and sharp storytelling, and it instantly became a fan favorite. But more than that, it marked Blake's official debut as a director, and Taylor wasn't shy about showing her pride. She hyped Blake's talent on social media and even shared behind-the-scenes clips of her calling the shots on set. It was a moment that proved their bond wasn't just about parties and private hangouts. They believed in each other's talents enough to put their friendship into the spotlight of professional creativity. For both women, it was a milestone: Blake stepping into a new career lane, and Taylor letting a close friend shape her artistic vision. It felt like the peak of their connection: personal trust spilling over into professional triumph. Warm moments continue 2020 to 2024. Even after their big creative win together, Taylor and Blake's friendship didn't slow down, it only seemed to grow stronger. In 2022 and 2023, The two were spotted out together on multiple occasions, sharing girls' nights in New York and attending private dinners that fans eagerly followed online. One standout moment came in May 2023. During Taylor's Eras tour, Blake showed up with her daughters James and Inez, proudly cheering in the crowd. For the girls, Taylor wasn't just a global superstar, she was Aunt Taylor, the family friend they'd grown up with. Seeing Blake's kids jumping and dancing at the concert felt like proof of just how personal this bond had become. And it didn't stop there. In September 2023, the two were photographed leaving a restaurant together, looking like any pair of longtime friends catching up over dinner. A couple of months later, Blake and Ryan were spotted at Taylor's side again, this time for a glamorous night out in New York. By the summer of 2024, the friendship looked as strong as ever. The two even spent time together at a beach house getaway, another reminder that their bond wasn't just about industry appearances, it extended into real, everyday life. Whether it was concerts, casual outings, or family time, Taylor and Blake seemed locked in as one of Hollywood's most unshakable duos. At least, that's how it looked from the outside, until things quietly started to change. The rift unfolds late 2024, early 2025. Then, almost without warning, the story took a turn. By late 2024, rumors began circulating that Taylor and Blake weren't as inseparable as they once seemed. The spark that once defined their friendship suddenly looked dim, and fans started asking why. The answer, at least in part, may have come from outside drama. Blake was locked in a heated legal dispute with her. It ends with Us co-star Justin Baldoni. What most people didn't expect was for Taylor to be pulled into the middle of it. Reports claimed that Taylor was subpoenaed to testify, a move that put her in an uncomfortable position. Although the subpoena was later withdrawn, sources close to Taylor revealed she felt blindsided and hurt by the situation. From that point forward, whispers about a pause in their friendship started growing louder. Insiders suggested they were taking space and working toward being on good terms, but the shift was noticeable. After nearly a decade of being present at each other's biggest moments, the silence between them spoke volumes. It wasn't an explosive public fallout, it was quieter, but in some ways, more unsettling. Because when a friendship this strong suddenly halts, people can't help but wonder what really happened behind the scenes. Its current status, mid-May 2025 to now. By the summer of 2025, the whispers had turned into headlines. Multiple outlets reported that Taylor Swift and Blake Lively aren't speaking. After years of being one another's closest allies, their decade-long friendship now looked frozen in silence. Fans, of course, didn't stop at the headlines. When early tracklists for Taylor's upcoming album, The Life of a Showgirl, surfaced, one title stood out: Ruin the Friendship. Instantly, speculation exploded online. Was this song about Blake? Was Taylor finally addressing the quiet fallout through her music, the same way she's chronicled so many other chapters of her life? No one knows for sure, but that uncertainty is exactly what fuels the buzz. Sources close to both stars suggest the distance is real, while others hint the two may eventually reconcile. But for now, the reality is simple: two women who once shared birthdays, inside jokes, and even family moments are no longer talking. It's a reminder that even the closest Hollywood friendships, those that look unbreakable from the outside, can shift in unexpected ways. And whether this silence is temporary or permanent may be something only time, and maybe Taylor's lyrics, will reveal. Taylor Swift and Blake Lively's friendship wasn't just another Hollywood connection, it was a decade of memories, music, and milestones that fans genuinely loved to follow. From theme park adventures in Australia to family shoutouts in Taylor's songs, it felt like one of those rare celebrity bonds that could weather anything. But now, with the two reportedly not speaking, That picture-perfect timeline has hit a pause no one expected. Friendships, even the strongest ones, can be complicated, especially under the spotlight of fame, where every silence sparks speculation. Whether Taylor and Blake find their way back to each other, or whether this chapter truly marks the end, one thing is certain: their story has already left its mark. And with Taylor's new album on the horizon, fans can't help but wonder, will the music hold the answers, or will the truth remain just out of reach?